Lingportal Online School presents
Be Supposed to in the exciting world of English grammar. Today, we will be exploring an important and commonly used phrase in English, be supposed to. This universal phrase is integral to expressing various meanings in our everyday conversations. From expectations and duties to assumptions and plans. During this lesson, we will dive into the different contexts where be supposed to is used, helping you understand how to incorporate it correctly into your speech and writing. By the end of this lesson, you will have a clearer understanding of how to use be supposed to accurately and effectively. This will not only enhance your grammar skills, but also improve your overall communication in English. Before we move to learning the situations when we use this phrase, I should point out the following. Be supposed to has the same function as a modal verb, to add meaning to the main verb in a sentence by expressing ability, obligation, or possibility. Though be supposed to is typically used in the present and past simple tenses, it can also be used in perfect and continuous tenses. The be verb is always changed based on the subject. For example, I am supposed to, you are supposed to, she is supposed to, etc. Now let's explore the ways to use be supposed to. 1. To discuss the expectations of rules, duties, or moral expectations. For example, you are supposed to finish your homework before watching TV. Employees are supposed to arrive at work by 9 a.m. Parents are supposed to take care of their children. Do you know if we're supposed to get paid for working overtime? As you can see, be supposed to is used to discuss what is expected or required to happen in a particular context. In these cases, we are talking about formal expectations based on rules, instructions, or social norms. Practice by answering, what are some things that a building worker is supposed to do? 2. To talk about plans or arrangements. Here are examples. The train is supposed to leave in a minute. We are supposed to meet her at 5 p.m. You are supposed to call him after 2 o'clock to report the situation. My brother's supposed to arrive today. If you made a plan or arrangement, you made the expectation of something. Of course, it is possible to say, the bus leaves at 10 o'clock. But if there is a little bit of doubt around the expected departure time, you can say, the bus is supposed to leave at 10 o'clock. Practice by answering, I heard you were told to organize the Christmas party. What are you supposed to do? 3. To talk about assumptions or belief. Here are examples. The new movie is supposed to be really good. The forest at this time of year is supposed to be beautiful. He is supposed to be the best player on the team. Flights in summer are supposed to be expensive. In this case, you're talking about what you expect from something or someone based on information, belief, or hearsay. If you say, she is supposed to be nice, the meaning is, I've heard she is nice, so I expect her to be nice. Practice by answering. Talk about a city that you've never visited but you know about. What is that city supposed to be like? 4. To talk about prohibitions or restrictions. Here are some examples. You are not supposed to smoke here. Students are not supposed to use their phone here. Drivers are supposed to go when the traffic light turns green. You are not supposed to park there. As you can see in this case, be supposed to means the law says that. Practice by answering, talk about restrictions for airline passengers. What are they not supposed to do? 5. To talk about unfulfilled obligations or the expectations we have ourselves and of other people. For example, she was supposed to call me yesterday, but she didn't. You were supposed to take out the rubbish. He was supposed to do the washing up, but the sink is still full. I am supposed to be home by midnight. We are focusing on what we expect other people to be or to do. For example, my friend was supposed to help. In this situation, you were expecting your friend to help you, but they didn't. Practice by answering. What is something your friend was supposed to do recently, but your friend didn't? Six. To talk about predictions or likelihood. Here are examples. It is supposed to be sunny tomorrow. The parcel was supposed to arrive yesterday. It wasn't supposed to rain, so I didn't take my umbrella. The show is supposed to last 1 hour. Use be supposed to talk about predictions or likelihood. Practice by answering. What is the weather supposed to be like tomorrow? 7. To talk about guidance or instructions. Here are examples. You are supposed to take the main entrance. My instructor says I am supposed to use special shoes for running. Pupils are supposed to be at school by 8 a.m. You are supposed to pay over there, not here. This is to refer to directions or instructions that someone is expected to follow. Practice by answering. Talk about the rules of using a public swimming pool. As a final note, memorize the difference between be supposed to and the modal verbs with similar meanings. Be supposed to means that it is expected or obligated to do the main verb's action. However, there is an implied possibility that it may not happen. Have to means the same as must. It implies that you have no choice about performing the verb's action. Ought to is more of a suggestion of what would be the best, but you aren't forced to do this. Should means that you have a choice, and you decide to do it or not. It is similar in meaning to ought to, although ought to is more formal and implies a stronger moral or ethical obligation than should. We hope you now have a better understanding of how to use this versatile phrase in various contexts. By mastering be supposed to, you can enhance your communication skills and convey your thoughts more precisely in English. Remember to practice using this phrase in your everyday conversations and writing.